Now traveling to Busan. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective. The objective is now active.
Fortifying defenses.
Area destroyed! Area no longer. Inventory application. Unfortunate.
Engaging fortification.
Das Universum singt
Cease your
vorbei!
resistance.
Yuga wakateki wo kurau!
Overtime.
Das Universum singt vorbei! Pass into the iris.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Schutzengel ist da.
I am strong.
冻住，不许走。
Victory. Play of the game.
Barrier won't hold together. Barrier no. Elementary application.
Double kill.
And we are back, and my mic is working this time, so what you missed, it is our inaugural season. Week 1, match 1. It is University of New Brunswick versus George.EXE, and the first match went to University of New Brunswick. Interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what the differences in compositions are going to be on a hybrid map as opposed to a control map. Last time we saw a lot of Baptiste and Zenyatta on control, and then a pharmacy on the second map. UNB has been pretty dominant so far, so I'm curious to see if we're going to see any strange comps or anything out of the ordinary from George.EXE. Nothing too far off what we saw last time. They have changed from the Reinhardt to go with Sigma, and they now have a McCree, probably expecting that Pharah again. But UNB will be coming in with what looks like Dive, but with Baptiste and Zenyatta. Interesting comp to see. And here we go on map 2. Let's see who comes out on top on this one. They're going to be diving in real quick. Pick on Genji real quick. Landon goes down. They're real split up right now. Don't really have a focused target. Ball's behind. Bap is going to get picked off there. They're going after McCree. And down they get him. They get McCree, but D.Va goes down out of mech. Oh, rocked. That was a very good rock on Tracer there, and she's going to get taken down by Zappa. May's going to have to ice block there. She has 3 people on her. She manages the wall to get out of the way. Ball is still back there targeting Zenyatta, and it looks like he might get him back there, but he's going to have to try to escape. And he might get frozen, and he does, and he's going to go down. Genji's on point, causing a havoc here. The respawn right now is what they're hoping on. They're just hoping to get picks and then get back before George.EXE can get back. But right now, they're not really getting enough picks to make it worth it. Bap is going to have to use Immortality to get out of there. Tracer's the only one really left fighting. She's left down there all on her own. And Lysol's going to just wait in the side house there for his team to get back. So switch to a Winston here instead of a D.Va. Immortality comes out there to keep them alive. UNB is not getting the picks they want here. George.EXE is doing really good at getting picks here and then capitalizing. Zenyatta manages to stay up, but doesn't stay up for long. Now Baptiste is going to get walled off, and that's over for that fight. A lot of ults up here. It is going to be 5 ults in this next fight from George.EXE. Ball is still in the back line somewhere. He's got ult too. So it's going to be interesting how this shakes out. A lot of ults are in play here. Oh, there's going to be the pick on Ball there. McCree is staying up somehow. There's the combo. He gets 1 pick from it. Baptiste has got Immortality, and that Immortality is going to go down, get stunned. Oh, a missed shot there. Misses an opportunity. Trace is going to try to get Baptiste here. Looks like UNB might have this. Immortality goes down. Zappa and Bap are there just trying their best to stay alive. They get Bap. May comes in from the back line, walls them off. Trying to stall as much as possible. Ice block will stall even more. There, down goes May. There's the Blizzard, and they're just going to die on point here. Immortality's left on point. It's just a 3v3 fight right now. Window comes out, and they're going to be able to get Zenyatta, and it's just Orisa on point. But back comes Baptiste. He's got immortality on the edge there. He jumps out of it. Sigma's coming back as well. UNB has got to get these finish this, and they looks like they're going to finish it right there. That was a well-fought point. They had to fight through a 2-ult disadvantage, or a 3-ult disadvantage, if my math is correct. And they managed to get it, and a lot of it was just respawn time. Just staying alive, letting your team get back, getting picks here and there. That's why it's so hard to hold this point sometimes. Is if you lose somebody, it's very hard to have them come back in time for the fight not to be over. George.EXE now only has to hold for 2.5 minutes on the second point. And the Sigma came out from UNB, so it's not really a dive comp anymore at all. They kept the Tracer, though, because Lysol's been getting a lot of value off of that Tracer. 2 Mei walls there, so Landine and Pumpkin go down. Zenyatta and Bap just trying to keep each other up here as Zap is going after him. Lysol's trying to get away. Lysol's trying to get some pick damage here in the back, seeing if she can get an easy pick. Looking for a grenade here, pulse bomb. There she comes. Looks like she might be able to get McCree in the back here. Regen burst comes out from Baptiste. Doesn't get anyone with that. Immortality comes out, and down goes Tracer. UNB is losing a lot of people here. That ult comes out, gets no one. High Noon will get... Oh, that is not good. UNB is only really going to have time for 1, maybe 2 more fights. And they've only got 1 ult to work with, though it is a very good ult. Hanzo comes out for Lysol. They've gotten completely to double shield now. Down goes George W. Zap is going to go down too. Orisa is just pressing W right now. Lysol just is popped off. Very good play from both teams. Oh, missing the orb there. They miss an opportunity to get Hanzo. That may come back to... They may come back to regret that. The Maywall comes up. She uses her own Maywall to try to get out of the way, and she's going to end up surviving somehow. There's the Blizzard. They're going to freeze Zappa, and Zappa goes down, and then down goes Crazy as well. UNB's going to get the point here. They're only going to have 1:40 to get to the next point, though. UNB's trying to take this corner, and it looks like they're already going to get this corner. George.EXE just let them get it. Just let them take that corner. And that's... Now they only have 1 more corner to get around. And they use the window, and it looks like they got 3 picks there. They're up 4 picks, 5 picks. It's just Baptiste. And it looks like they're just going to be able to bulldoze their way to the point. And they will. Wow. 58 seconds left on the clock. That is crazy. UNP just went on. Just steamrolled from after first point. They lost the first fight on the second point. Or after the first point. They lost the first fight, and then after that did not lose another fight. Incredible. It's going to be hard for George.EXE to top, though their strategy on this map has been seemingly a lot better than on the control point. It's been a lot less one-sided. They managed to hold them on the first point for a very long time. And it looks like UNB's going to have the Pharah again, the pharmacy going. Landine is a very good Pharah. He's proven in the preseason that he's very good. He's very capable, especially with that Mercy pocket. And Lysol was doing very good on the offense there. A big reason why that steamroll kept going. He was getting picks left and right. And it is going to be double shield. And we're going to see the Rhine coming back out from George.EXE for the offense. Bear's going for some pick damage here. Already at 50% of ult charge. 52%. They went to a McCree on George.EXE because they were expecting a Pharah. Landine almost goes down. Playing this tower very well. Dead Meme's doing his best to try to get him down, but there are 2 picks there for George.EXE. Lysol is going to get 2 picks as well, but down goes Landine. And then the pharmacy went down completely. Lysol looks like he's just trying to do his best to stall time here, and he's not going to be able to do very much. He's going to use the dragon here in the situation and try to hold and just stand inside of it. And it looks like he's being able to hold for a long time. He's got the shield now, but he doesn't see it. He's going to go in. He's going to get Yui there. Town goes crazy. UNBs look like they might be able to take this back. Oh, a huge sleep on Mei there. She gets the ice block off and manages to get away. Down goes Zappa. They're chasing Bap now. Down goes Jurassic Core. Oh my goodness, UNB was able to take that back. Lysol, MVP of that fight, managing to stay alive long enough. Wow. Barrage is up for Landine. He's getting damage boosted. Separates Yui there. Not going to be able to capitalize though. Arissa's targeting him hard. Oh, and Lysol gets the pick on Yui with a headshot. Ooh, McCree gets the pick on Landine. Landine's going to get res though. Oh, and there's the barrage. Only going to get Mei. Immortality comes out. But they're going to get clean up here. Orisa and Zen the only ones left. And Landine's going after him. Oh, down goes Yui. The rest of the team is back. That Reinhardt is very low. He's got to be careful. And he's going to go down. Oh, that's a 3K. Oh, but Dead Meme gets 2 with his ult. But he's going to get taken down by Pumpkin. And Lysol takes down the Immortality. And that's going to be it for that fight. George.EXE is going to have an ult advantage coming into this next fight. But it's going to be a very hard fight to win. It's proven that UNB is very formidable on defense here. There comes in the damage booster. Old Creed is looking for some damage here. He's not really finding anything. George.EXE is choosing to hold back. They get a pull there. Gold activated. George.EXE is pushing through. They get a pick on Landine. There's the hammer down. And it's just a full, just complete, just carnage there. No one, it's just, once that hammer down went down, both shields were down, everyone was down, and they just get picked. Now 3 minutes, a little bit more time than UNB had, but it's still going to be a hard road because UNB has been very good on defense. Even when they had the control point before, they're very, very good at holding their defense. Landine decides to stay on Pharah, probably hoping to be able to use that barrage since they're so close. But George.EXE still has ult advantage. And down goes John. A big pick for Dead Meme. But the res is there. But the res is off the table now. Landine's going to do his best to try to get a good shatter off here. Weird positioning right now for UNB. They're all on high ground, but they're kind of letting them walk the payload. Oh, Crazy might go down here. Crazy does go down on the body shot. Now Landine's going after Dead Meme. Gets him on the body shot. Trying to get Mei, and Mei goes down. A lot of picks there for Landine. Doing a lot of work. And I still got that barrage, and ults are going to be about even here. 2 fights left. Dead meme goes down quick. That's going to be big for Landine. And there's the barrage. And more, they get the heal. Valkyrie comes out to keep Landine up. And Orissa's real low. Down goes Orisa. Pumpkin is doing a very good job of trying to get picks here. And almost goes down. But he'll get 2 picks. Oh man, Landine almost gets a pick there on Zenyatta, which would have been devastating for George.EXE. And more damage, even more. Landine's going for the full flank here. Just straight up behind them. Immortality goes down. That's a lot of damage. Zenyatta ult coming out. Oh, that's a lot of... Everyone's dead except for the pharmacy here. McCree standing still. Landine still doesn't manage to hit him. Oh, and down they go. Both of them go down. George.EXE might be able to get this without a whole lot of contention because that's a healer and a DPS down. It's going to be a 6v4 through this wall. Dragon does come out, though. Doesn't really get anyone. Down those old Creed. Landine's back, and the Justice gets canceled. Justice will not be raining from above. Sigma gets back up. Mercy, they're keeping everyone up right now. Absolute carnage. Window comes out. Down goes Pumpkin. Down goes Yun. And now it's just ball stalling. Oh, and the Mei is just too much for him. Landine goes Tracer to try to stall here. Can't even get a rewind off. And that's going to be the point. Oh, in overtime. Minute and a half to get it. George.EXE is going to be very hard pressed to take 2 corners here. Because UNB, it looks like they're giving up this corner again because they don't have the numbers. And Lysol's going to be trying to get a quick pick here. He's not really finding anything yet. He's up on the chandelier. Hammer down gets blocked off by his own Mei wall. Immortality's up. The dragon comes out. No one's really caught, but the Zarya pulls them in. Not Zarya, Orisa, sorry. Orisa, sorry. I get too excited from a great pull. Great coordination there. A dragon halt is always very, very good. And now it's down to last fight territory here for George.EXE. Though they do have the Transcendence and Blizzard, which is going to be very helpful. Pumpkin's coming up on his ult too. Old Creed almost goes down. Maywall comes up for the slowing. They're going to need someone to touch here. This is going to be hard to push through this wall here. There's the Sigma ult. He's not going to get any immediate picks. Oh, Orisa goes down. So does Pumpkin. Both tanks are down. This is not good. Immortality's out. They're going to get Landine here. The Maywall she's working around the Maywall as well as you can, but he can't really do anything well. Both windows are out. It's just a matter of who can do more damage. Transcendence is out. And the Blizzard gets eaten. Oh, that is not good. That is the worst case scenario for George.EXE. And they're paying for it. They're getting picked off now. That Blizzard was their only chance. Was their best chance at victory there. Zen's not going to be able to touch. And that's going to be map 2 for UNB. Wow. Sigma eating that Blizzard was a unfortunate turn of fate for George.EXE. Lysol is going to get play of the game here. Absolutely great play. And he's going to finish off Zen there too. Absolutely incredible play. Alright, that was a very exciting round from UNB, taking it to get their second map. We will be back with you on the next map. And welcome back to map number 3, Hanamura UNB versus George.EXE. We have switched sides, so George.EXE is now in blue, and UNB, I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. George.EXE is now in red, and UNB is now in blue. Not confusing at all. UNB is currently winning 2-0 if you're just joining us, and is one map away from clinching this match. And it looks like we are going to see a Bastion sim comp from George.EXE. And we're going to see nothing really different from UNB. They're going to be running their same Hanzo Mei and Baptiste on it. It's been working for them well, so they're going to keep it. And I understand why. George.EXE is going to try to teleport onto point, I would assume. And they're going with a Moira here, which is an interesting choice considering the only healers that have really been played so far have been Zen, Ana, and Bap. And Mercy for the pharmacy, but that's case specific. And Dead Meme looks like he DC'd. But he's not in the current players, so it should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and spectate Lysol here since he's been going off in the last couple games. He gets hurt right away though. They're playing back onto the point because I think Lysol probably told them about the Symmetra. Oh, they get the Bastion set up, and that is not good for UNB. They get the wall, which gives them some breathing room, but down goes the shield. Down goes both shields. Symmetra's trying to get some charge up. They pull people up. The wall comes in at a bad time, though. Bastion sets up further back. Doesn't really get the shield there. Has to move. They're pulling everyone in. The fireball comes through. The fact that not as many people have died is a miracle. They're playing this Bell very well. UNB is determined not to go down to this Bastion. Pumpkin gets a bunch of shield there for eating that Bastion. Bastion's kind of left out on his own here, and they leave the Mei wall up. Out comes a window. The rock hits Arissa, but she's not going to go down. Down goes Yui. Down goes the Bastion and Crazy. UNB fending off his Bastion attack very well. Oh, and a huge sleep there for Gion. Huge. It's just cleanup now. Forcing Zappa back. Gion gets the pick on Zappa. And Baptiste is just going to try to escape, and he won't. Pumpkin will stagger him big time. UNB able to handle that Bastion really, really well. George W is going to go to the Hanzo, and the other George W is going to be on Mei instead of Symmetra now. Oh, and here it comes, raising everybody up, and they all go down, and there are no picks yet. The immortality comes out. Pumpkin gets very low. He's not getting any healing. He's at 3 health, eats a bunch of bullets. He's barely staying alive. He's finally getting that healing, gets a rock off, but Gold Crazy again. Crazy's gonna get frozen here. Crazy does get frozen. Baptiste is gonna go down. Pumpkin is playing very well, being just aggressive enough to get kills. Oh, rock to the face! Right in the face! Pumpkin's playing very well, being just aggressive enough to get those picks, but just safe enough to stay alive, though he played it very close there. I wouldn't be surprised if Pumpkin, that's very hard to pronounce, has gold and damage right now. Though I also wouldn't be surprised if Lysol has it. Reinhardt shield still up. Big wall there. Pumpkin's been able to get some stuff through there. Hanzo's real low, but he managed to get... Pumpkin's got 79 health. The other team's Maywall manages to keep him up. He gets the pick. Oh, and he goes down, but he gets a pick before he does it. He gets a triple kill while dead. And there's picks. Old Creek goes down, but other than that, UNB sustained very minimal loss. Well, about half their team, I guess, is minimal. Both healers are still up, which is huge. George.EXE has the time here to get a 6-on-3 push, but they've got to come quick. If they keep coming slow, then they're they're going to end up having to deal with all 6, and it looks like they're going to end up having to deal with all 6 team members. They're not positioned well, so they're coming through the choke point really easily, and they're going to be able to fight on point. Pumpkin's, he's trying to flank right now. He's going to ult, and he's going to miss everyone except for Hanzo, who doesn't go down, and finally goes down by Pumpkin. There comes the Blizzard from George.EXE. A slept Zappa. And UNB has managed to get a full hold here. No ticks, no percentage.
Complete.
That is incredible.
I'm not.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
And with that, UNB is going to clinch their first match victory and clinch the first victory of the Overforced League. Though we will play out the rest of the map because the best George.EXE can do is a draw. And if they draw, then it's an automatic victory for UNB because they will have two victories, and George.EXE will not be able to beat that.
Ready for battle.
But 4 maps will be played no matter what. So, in case for tiebreakers later in the season. So we will be playing 4 maps, but it is already decided that UNB has won this first match.
Attackers in 30 seconds.
Old Creed is seeming to have a very good time in spawn here. Oh man, this is making me dizzy. I need to stop spectating him. Jeez. Wow, what are you doing, man? What, did he turn his DPI up to 1,000?
5,
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
The enemy approaches.
Oh, down goes Mercy quick. There goes the res. Wow, this could be quick. That's a very good early pick. The Landine's playing very aggressive. Very lucky Sigma hasn't picked her off yet. Not even going to go for the healing. Just going to go up and hope Baptiste doesn't get him, and Baptiste gets him. Very spread out right now. And it looks like Mercy's going to try to get the res back there, but not in time. And UNB has changed off. They're still on the fair. Excuse me. There's Baptiste. Lysol is going to try to deal with Baptiste, and they both can't finish each other. George.EXE is doing a pretty good job of defending here. George W. Kush is doing very well at getting picks, which is stopping UNB from getting a lot of effectiveness. Oh, that May's going to be able to... Lysol's going to be able to escape, though. Falls off the edge just in time to not be killed. This choke point's a very hard one to get through. There's the dragon, and they're going to be able to get Zarya out of it. Pumpkin goes down. Mercy gets the res off. Hammer down's going to get crazy, but no one else, and down goes crazy. Creed charges onto point. Is going to be able to get George W. Kush, but gets taken down by Baptiste. And George W. Kush is going to get rezzed. Oh. Zarya's going to get frozen. Gets rocked and then frozen. That Ana ult goes down the drain. UNB is being very reckless with their ult usage here. Not getting a whole lot of value out of them. There comes the Justice raining from above. Immortality comes out, so it saves some people, but Hanzo goes down. The ult comes out. UNB is staying alive here. Livewell is managed to stay alive on the point alone, and is going to end up SDing. So that was an interesting choice there. Livewell probably could have stayed near the edge without dying. Landine is there surviving away from point and is looking for that health, but it's not going to be able to get it with Bap and Sigma harassing him like that, and he might not even be able to get back to the edge unless he plays this right. And he does play it right. Old Creed's there for some protection. Landine's not going to go for the heat. He's going to wait for Mercy, not go for the health pack. Down goes Pumpkin on point. Oh, and a big hit from Hanzo there. Landine's going to need some healing here, and Mercy's not really there to help him. This might be another full hold and go to a draw.
Ich kümmere mich um dich.
UNB is going to have to pull something off good here because they are down on ults. Well, they're about even with ults. And they're going to have to change something up because what they've been doing has not been working. They're going to have to capitalize on picks. There comes the dragon.
Let me get you patched up.
30 seconds remaining.
This fight on point is going to get chaotic. Old Creed is there on his ball. He's doing his best to stay alive here. He's very low. He is one hit away. Immortality comes out. The dragon comes out. Catches Zarya by surprise. Gets her down. UNB looks like they're going to take the point. And there is the point. UNB manages to get some good ults off to survive and win that round as well. UNB with a very good job. It came down to the wire. George.EXE has done a very good job of keeping up with UNB, but UNB has just edged them out every single time. It's been very close every time. The score is not a great representation of how close these games have been other than the first map. They've been down to the wire, and UNB has just been able to pull through each time. And also, a Baptiste play of the game is very interesting. You don't see that too often. Alright, we have one map left. UNB has taken the lead 3-0, and they've clinched their victory in the very first match of the Overforced League. And we will be playing the fourth map right after this break. And we are back with Route 66. And Heath almost forgot to how to change the map before he started the round. Alrighty then. Route 66 has been a very interesting map when it has been the last map played. During the preseason, we had matches that were very one-sided throughout. We would have a team would win all 3 first maps and absolutely annihilate their competition. But in the last map, for whatever reason, the team that was getting absolutely stomped on would just do very well. And I don't know if it was the original team is like slacking off or memeing a little bit, but it seems like they seem to play better on Route 66. It seems like to be a very shake-up kind of map where your normal strategies don't exactly work the same way, or you can't perform the same way. And that's just experience from this league, not necessarily over any kind of experience that I have. It's just what I've seen when this map is played as the last map in a match.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And it looks like we're going to have a pharmacy battle here. George.EXE versus Landine. He lands one on Landine, but you gotta land. Oh, lands one on Mercy. And Mercy's now low. Landine lands one on him. These battles are always super ridiculous and dumb. And his Mercy wasn't healing him, goes away, and he gets hit. And there's going to be the res. And Mercy goes down, but he stay up. And he does not appear to be aware that he is up and goes right back down. Poor communication there from George.EXE.
Enemy seen.
And this pharmacy battle will continue. And oh, Landine gets the pick right away. And Mercy's going to maybe try to get the res, but Landine is going to make sure that does not happen. He's doing so much to try to keep them behind this corner. And his team he's giving his team enough time to get back now. And oh, he gets sniped a bit there. There comes the Justice. Gets Winston, and he'll end up getting picked by George.EXE. It's a very good play there to switch to Widowmaker. Catch him while he's off guard. And we got a sleeping ball somewhere on the map. And there's the pick on Pumpkin. And they could be moving the payload here. And Lucio looks like he's going to be doing it. This is really unfortunate. I think they're forgetting they could be moving the payload. Oh, that's a pick on Landine. Now it's a Widowmaker battle with a pharmacy pocket. That's a Sombra. A Sombra from George.EXE. And they're not going to go for a hack. Oh, and he gets rocked. And he manages to teleport away. And George.EXE looks like they're struggling a bit here. Oh, and there's the res on Gian. They're down in numbers now. Not a whole lot of value coming out that so far. Valkyrie did a lot to keep him up. Valkyrie goes down, which means all this bomb damage is going to be full bomb damage. And oh, down goes Landine. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Zappa's staying on the ball here. Everyone else on his team is waiting to get in there. This is a very interesting comp from George.EXE. I think they're just trying stuff, seeing if anything works here. Just kind of, since they've already lost the match, they're just kind of hoping something good can happen. Oh, and wow. George.EXE will be able to take down Landine. This makes me question whether or not he should have been playing Widowmaker against Landine's Pharah this entire time. Because he can clearly outsnipe him, it appears. Zappa's in the back, harassing some people. Landine's now on the Hanzo. He's going to be trying to deal with this Widowmaker. Oh, he finds Sombra. He's going to be able to get Widowmaker, but not before anything. Not before he dies. Well, right before he dies, I should say. George.EXE is... This is a hard-fought battle right now because it's 2v2. It's Soldier Mercy versus... Well, now it's a 5v3. And people are coming back from both sides. There's the hack. Jiang gets hacked, so there's no sleep. There's not going to be a shield up right now. Mercy's not going to be able to res, and she's going to be able to... She's going to die. She's not healing either. There comes the Winston ult coming out finally. And he's just shaking stuff up. He can't find anyone to punch. And he finally finds Ana. George.EXE looks like they're... If they can take down Pumpkin King and Old Creed. There comes the hammer down, and it's big. He's got a lot of people. Here comes the rock. He's not going to be able to finish on anybody. He gets taken down, and they're going to be able to get this first point. George.EXE doing a very good job there. They've got 2.5 minutes now to get to this next point, and it's a relatively short point, but it has a very hard corner to get around. George W. Kush looks like he's going for a flank here. Hanzo sees him coming. Oh, and he's going to get him right in the head before he can do anything. That is rough. Zappa's back here harassing Lysol. Healing goes down for Lysol. Merchant comes over to help him. Zappa's not going to be able to do a whole bunch. Old Creed seems to be hacked somewhere, so there's no shield from Reinhardt right now. He's going to get it back up. And it's just picks left and right for UNB. George W. Kush goes down. Crazy goes down. Zappa is just refusing to die. He's just in the back line, and he can't die at all. They can't get him at all. But the rest of his team can't really do much while he's harassing the back line, and he's not getting any picks himself. So he's not getting a whole lot done. We got Landine here. He has a dragon, so if they try coming through this choke point here, he's going to dragon it, and they're going to go down. And there's 2 picks already. It doesn't even look like he's going to need it. If they can just hold him here like this, it's... And I think they're expecting the dragon because they're holding off to the side. They're waiting for the rest of their team. They're kind of trying to decide how they're going to avoid this dragon. Landine's having some trouble climbing there. And they're going to the back room, and he doesn't see him coming. And it looks like he's going to dragon it. And he's not going to catch anyone but Mercy, and she's going to be able to fly away. He doesn't get anybody. He's going after Zappa there. Zappa goes down. And Landine's going to go down to Doomfist. George.EXE is getting picks here. Gion's the only one left. Him and Soldier gets boosted. And Soldier's getting real low here. And goes down finally. And George.EXE is... I gotta start moving the payload because it's way back there. They're going to try to hold him up in this. Oh, and Winston's going to keep him back there. Sombra gets freaking... Sombra gets pinned. And there, everyone is in Soldier's sights. He's getting 2 there. He's looking for a Doomfist. He's going to find a Doomfist. The dragon is. The dragon's going to get 2. Visor gets 2. And that's going to be that round. UNB with a relatively good defense there. They held him to about halfway through the map. And George.EXE is going to have a tough time keeping them back. If I would take a guess at how this next round is going to play out, I would say it's going to be George.EXE holding them until overtime, and then UNB will get to this point and then charge all the way through to the next point. If all of the other rounds have been any indication of how this is going to go. And I think the only real difference here, based on what I've seen, and it's hard for me to analyze specifically exactly what's happening, because I'm also controlling the camera, but from what I've seen, UNB has been just a bit more coordinated on what they're doing, like which direction they're going, or like ults combinations. Though George.EXE seems like they might have a little bit more raw talent. and like skill at like playing at like aiming and getting picks, but they're not able to capitalize because they're not communicating well enough. That seems to be what's happening, and I'm gonna just block out chat real quick. And that seems to be what's happening. So I don't know precisely because I can't exactly pinpoint why UNB is just coming out on top in most fights or in the maps, but that appears to be one of the reasons.
Stop the payload.
George.EXE seems like they're defending pretty good. They're getting picks here. Almost forgot I was commentating there for a minute. They're getting picks here. They're driving them back. The rock hits the bubble there, so they're not going to be able to get a pick off there. Blocks off the wall, and they're going to have to regroup. UNB's going to have to regroup. Landine's back on the Widowmaker, even though George.EXE is also on the Widowmaker and has been doing that the entire map. I was just about to say it too. Hanzo now knows where Widowmaker is, but he's not going to be able to do a whole lot, especially with that wall there now. And it's down, and there comes the window. Down goes the shield. That's a lot of damage coming in. And there's the freeze on old Creed. You get the sound effect of Reinhardt going to charge there, but he was frozen before he even clicked it. Oh, and down goes George.EXE on May, the May one. Down goes Zappa, down goes Jurassic Core. And Crazy is going to go down too. Lysol is absolutely popping off right now. And George.EXE is barely alive sitting in there. And is going to end. Landine's finally going to get him. And it took a Hanzo being able to tell where he is and him at no health to be able to do it, so... I hate to say, Landine, I love you, man, but I think George.EXE is a little bit better aim than you. There comes the dragon. And Sigma's not going to be able to get out of it. He backs right into the mine shaft and can't get out of it. And May overextends, and she's going to die out right out of the icicle. And they're 1.6 meters away from point. George.EXE is having a very tough time defending now. And it looks like my prediction is not going to be true. Crazy's going to go down, and they're going to get the point here. Zappa almost goes to touch. Gets shot by Landine. Is getting lit up. Zappa's positioning has not been very good. He looks like he's going for a flank here. George.EXE is pushed way up. Oh, but he's drawing them out for this ult. No one's really there to capitalize, but down goes Lysol. This is part of what I'm talking about with George.EXE. Is he should not have ulted there. There was just not enough people there on his team to finish up. And though they ended up winning the fight, because a lot of the reasons because Lysol went down, is it's just that most fights you're not going to win if you do that. If you don't have that communication to know that your team's there to back you up on that ult. George.EXE does not have a dragon to keep them pinned in this tight space here. Landine goes over to the Pharah because George.EXE is now on the Hanzo. Landine's going to get him pushed off the top, and he's going to get picked off immediately by George.EXE. Not a whole lot going on, just some picking, exchanging. There's the ult from Zarya, and then the dragon seems like it's coming from really far away. The Transcendence comes out really early. Oh, the dragon got eaten by Zappa. It's the second major hold he's eaten this time. UNB gets picked up again and gets thrown down. No one's really there to finish it. There's the wall. They're walled off. Down goes Crazy. The Blizzard comes out. Is there people there to finish it, though? It's just Bap and Hanzo. Hanzo's going to get picks there. Old Creed is still frozen. Oh, George W. Kush manages to get some good picks. If he can just take down Zarya, it's Zarya v Hanzo. Zarya's at high energy. It's going to be very hard for George W. Kush to be able to do this. And he gets a very good play. Wow, he has 0 health. That is incredible. Incredible play. If that is not play of the game, I will be shocked. There comes the dragon. Got a minute and a half left. Zenyatta charging up shots from the back line. George W. Kush, the May one, is over here pushing up real far. George W. Kush looking to capitalize on this ult here, but he can't really do much. Oh, and there's the headshot on Lysol. And the May comes from behind. He's looking for the health pack, and he gets it, but he's going to get frozen. He's going to go down. No, he's not going to go down. May gets the bubble, though. Oh, and he does end up going down. Now Zap is here, going to try to finish May. And he will. You're in a corridor stuck with Zappa or any other Sigma, and those balls are bouncing around everywhere, and they can only hit an enemy. They're going to be hitting you at some point.
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left. George W. Kush has been playing very well on the Hanzo, and he's already almost to another ult. And George.EXE looks like they might be able to hold here. There's one fight left, and Old Creed is on the ball now. Landine is over here trying to harass someone in the back line, going for a flank. And then there it is, and then there's Transcendence. The Transcendence is going to keep him up. But this Dragon Blizzard, this is a lot of ults to try to deal with. 2 go down, Zappa and George W. Kush. Livewell goes down though, and down goes Crazy. Jurassicor is staying up against May, but ends up going down. George W. Kush is going to end up dragoning the point, trying to do his best to keep them off, but it's a very far traveling dragon. They're stalling really well right now. George W. Kush is stalling very well. He's managed to stay alive with that Blizzard. And Doofus is going to come onto point. An absolutely beautiful Blizzard. And now his team's coming back. People are coming back. Here's the C9 ultimate. Ball manages to stay out of the ultimate. Doesn't go up off a point. That bridge is the reason they stayed on point there. Otherwise, that would have been a C9 from that Sigma ult. And it's just a brawl on point. Who's going to come out on top? George W. Kush on the Doomfist. Down goes Jurassicor from Pumpkin. Down goes Landine. But Yui goes down as well. Lysol's doing a good job of getting picks here. Gets another pick on Zappa. George W. Kush is back with May. He's going to try to get Gion. He gets Gion down. Crazy's still alive on the ball. Doesn't have a whole lot of health. Big Dragon coming up. Ice blocking. Crazy looks like he's going to stay up, but doesn't have a whole lot of health. He's stalling as well as he can. He's still up somehow. There comes the Blizzard, and he's going to go down. Lysol with the pick, and doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to touch. UNB is going to take this map as well in a great final fight. Wow.
Victory.
That ramped up real quick.
Play of the game.
George W. Kush, sharpshooter. This is on that Blizzard, that very well played Blizzard.
Double kill. Triple
It's a great play. He gets the quad kill, and then he ends up getting the Zarya, which was an absolutely great play. Managing to stay alive there was an absolutely great play. And that was the final map. UNB ends up 4-0 on this map, and that is a deceptive score because every single match was close. Except for the first one. They kind of dominated the first one. But every single map after that first map, it came down to the wire, overtime, or less than a minute left on every single one. And UNB comes up with every map. And we might be doing a troll 5th round, but if not, then I thank you guys for watching. But I'm going to see if we're doing a troll 5th map. I will be back with you guys when we have this decided. And we are good for a troll 5th round. This will be fun.
Now
And we are on Scrim's Row.
initiating.
And it's winter mode. Alrighty. I wonder what weird comps we're going to see on this. And I do not know if our mod turned off 222 lock. If they did turn it off, then I'm going to be very happy because we might see some goats. No limits on heroes. Oh, that's going to be good. I feel like we might see a all Torbjorn, all Symmetra, or all Bastion team coming up. Or a 4 Mercy or 5 Mercy 1. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I am very, very scared. That is like ultimate dive there. 2 Winstons, 3 Tracers, and a Lucio.
Attackers incoming. In 30
Oh, 2 Lucios. Oh my goodness. We have a Doomfist, 4 Sombras, and a McCree. I don't even know what to say. 3 Winstons it ends up being, 2 Lucios and a Tracer.
5, 4, 3, 2.
This is going to be chaos.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, down goes Xion. Gets taken down by jump damage. And they're already on the point, about to backcap. Lysol's coming in. He's going to maybe hack this Lucio. Oh, he gets hit by that. And it's just, oh, so many picks. All the picks for George.EXE. They apparently are better at troll rounds, I guess. That's what it looks like. Oh, this Sombra's just getting bullied. Oh, she's way in the back line. Who is that?
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
If it's Landine. Yep, it's Landine. I'm not surprised. He's trying to weave his way in here without touching anyone. Oh, doesn't see the Lucio. He's going to hack Lucio again. And now we're going to see a Sombra. Not Sombra, I'm sorry. A Symmetra in here with the teleporter and the... Oh, Lysol getting a kill there as Torbjorn. And this is just all DPS. Landine will end up going a healer, probably because he wants to not die so much. Or have his team not die so much, I should say. Jurassic Core is just raking up the percentage on his ult. Oh, down goes Gian, and down goes Dead Meme, and Live Well. This is just... This is too hard to keep up with. I can't... Like, they're diving ahead but faster than I can move the camera. And Yui's just way up there as Tracer. And it's almost like George.EXE has practiced this comp. Oh, and there comes the ult from Zappa. And they're up just bullying. Landine went down and Gian. Oh, and Live Well and Plumpikin both go down as well. Lysol staying alive. I mean, ends up getting 2 kills. Lysol seems to be the only reason that UNB is not getting absolutely just curb stomped right now. Even though they are getting curb stomped. Just not absolutely curb stomped. This is a I bet this must be refreshing for George.EXE for barely losing all of those maps. And then they're just absolutely demolishing on this attack here. Oh, and the solo hammer down on Jurassic Core is just... Oh, do you think it'll crease salty a little bit? They got the 3 Torbjorn lineup. Down he goes, Live Well. Gets him. Gets George W. Kush. And this 3 Torbjorn setup seems like it's going to be a bit difficult to deal with. UNB will finally get a stop here. Old is back there doing work. It looks like no one sees him. It's weird to play Genji into 2 Winstons, but he was managing there for a while. Oh my god, there's so much stuff shooting. 2 turrets aiming at you, and you got a Moira ult coming at you. Then there's a Molten Core. What can you do? We still got 4 minutes for UNB to try to hold this. And it's going to be rough for him. Big stun. He gets 3 people with that stun. Skill ball goes into the corridor, and he ends up getting someone. Down goes dead meme. Looks like George.EXE might go down, but he's actually getting healing from Lucio. Landine goes down from the snipe from Yui. Landine has had a bad habit of getting sniped by Widowmaker today. Torbjorn turret's doing work. That is an interesting place for a Torbjorn turret. They're not going to see it coming. Except for that Junkrat's going to see it coming. It's just about the only thing that would. Old Creed gets Junkrat. Takes a bunch of damage from the Death Blossom, though. Charging in, George.EXE doesn't really get much done. Offensive Torbjorn from... Or defensive, I'm sorry. Defensive Torbjorns are still doing a lot of work. And they've still got 3 of them. You take down 2 turrets. There's still another turret left. UNB is holding our own right now. Hammer only? Oh, no. Livewell saying hammer only, and the Torbjorns are going at him with hammers. Well, Livewell is at least. He's coming at him with his hammer. I want to see this. Alrighty. Livewell goes onto the Widowmaker. And there are so many Widowmakers now. And the one Mercy. All the Widowmakers. Livewell gets to pick off George.EXE. Jian got Zappa. Oh, there's another pick from Livewell. He gets Yui. Jurassic Core goes down. Livewell gets dead meme too. That's 3 different Widowmakers taken down by Livewell. Very impressive. Come on, keep the language pretty, you know, PG-13-ish. I guess that's PG-13. Keep it down there, man. Dead meme. The way the shots were going, I thought Livewell just got shot backwards by a Widowmaker shot, but it ended up being a good timing with a Brigitte hammer. Ooh, down goes Jurassic Core, going for a risky resurrection. And there's a ball here. It's surprised he didn't get stunned by McCree, and he's going to go off the edge. Oh, no, he's going to stay alive. And he ends up getting picked off by Landine. Unfortunate, he pulled off the move, but doesn't get to savor the accomplishment because he's quickly sniped. And here comes the Blade. He's just going after a bunch of just meat shields and ball. He's going to have to reflect for a lot of it just to stay alive. And old Creed is staying up, and because he's got that Brigitte up there with him, keeping him up. And now he's just standing still, camping this spawn. And they're chilling in there. That's a Roadhog now. He's going to go for the hook. Doesn't get anything. Oh, and they've got a lot of... That's a lot of damage you got to do to get all those people down. There's the High Noon. He's not going to get anyone. Oh, no, he gets George.EXE. I'm sorry. And all the Widowmakers still there. It's all the DPS and a Brigitte, which is basically a DPS on her own. UNB is happening to get some movement here. It's been 4 minutes that George.EXE, I'm sorry, UNB has been holding it for 4 minutes on this point, and George.EXE has been doing a very good job of getting it, the cart moving up to this point, and now they're starting to move it again. And there comes the Blade, though. That could be big. He's going to go for Lucio. He's not going to get Lucio, and here comes the Bastion. Surprised to see this is the first Bastion we're seeing. And it's just Yui left, and UNB with a very good hold. They were getting curb stomped up until that last point. And they just held that last corner very well.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
I'm interested to see what UNB is going to do here, though, because they did come out with a Bastion at the end there, so will they go pirate ship is the question. If they get that first point, I'm interested to see if they will go pirate ship. And I'm very curious as to why that was the first time we saw Bastion. Right at the end there, UNP switches, George.EXE switches to Bastion, and I don't quite understand. And I don't know who the George.EXE has picked yet, but I am excited to see what they're going to do on defense based on what they did on offense at the beginning of this map.
Ready for battle.
Oh man, and here come the Bastions. Bastions, 2 Baptistes and a Orisa. 3 Bastions, a Baptiste, Orisa, and a Reinhardt. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Nope, they go back to the 2 Baptiste. I think they want the 2 Immortalities, which is a very, very good commodity. And we're going to see 4 Roadhogs and 2 Widowmakers from the side of UNB. This is going to be fun. I'm interested to see if they'll do 2 different Bastion setups. And it looks like they're going to. They're going to have one in this corner and one... They're going to have a corner on the checkpoint and then one... Or the choke point. And then we're going to have someone looking at the choke point. I keep saying checkpoint. Choke point. So this is going to be interesting. They're going to have their attention divided. And it's going to be very hard to deal with. If they can get a hook off, it'll be very good. But... Oh, one goes down already. The shield goes down. He's going to get hooked to cancel his stuff. But Zappa is just annihilating everything. They end up getting Zappa. So if they can get a good respawn here, both Immortalities went there and they didn't end up getting Zappa. Roadhogs is probably the best thing they could have gotten here because they got the good shield break and they can get a hook off on Bastion, which means they'll mess up the Immortality. So all they got to do is get Dead Meme down off of that perch. But he gets the pick on Landdown and he gets off the perch. He's got the Immortality right now. He goes into turret mode. He gets another pick. And he ends up getting taken down. But that's going to be an ult there, and he's going to take down Old Creed. And he's just doing a bunch of damage to himself on Pumpkin back there. Lysol's left alone, and he's just going to retreat, and they end up staying alive for quite a bit there. Gion gets taken down in the back line. Zappa doing a very good job here in this corner. He's going to just lighting up Landine and live well. Lysol he's going to end up taking down Lysol even though he got the pick. He's outside of the Immortality now. Can't really see anything, and he's got to look to his left for the shot. There's a Hanzo back there, and he knows it, and he looks away right as Hanzo goes by, and none of the shots land. Not a whole lot of targets here. It's a lot of Hanzos and one Gion. Oh, down goes Live Well. They're going for big time shield break here. Gion's real low. Doesn't quite have the angle on the door there. Oh, he gets real low there. He's getting healed up real well though. He's probably seeable. He's got the... He's not shooting through the box. I think he's ahead of the... No, he's shooting through the window. Never mind. Shooting through the window, getting a lot of picks there. He's going to come back here and ult. Ace... Oh, no. Old Creed gets him. And Old Creed almost gets caught there. Oh, and he's going to get slammed. Pumpkin is going to try to... Oop. Lysol's getting real low. Oh, it's a big headshot there. And he's got Immortality down. Doofus is up to the right.
60 seconds.
Doofus. Pumpkin's doing his best here to get something done. And there's the ult from Zappa. Oh, but he's going to get Gion right away. Oh, he's going to get taken down by Lysol. Simultaneous dragons. The chaos. It echoed. I thought there was something wrong with my audio. Wow. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And it looks like UNB's not going to be able to get much done here. They've got a mixed-up roster here with 4 Hanzos, a Roadhog, and once again a Gion wanting to be different. He's playing Ashe. 2 Dragons once again, and they're not going to be able to get much done with it. If they had coordinated those a bit better, I think they could have trapped the team inside the Dragons and then pushed. Excuse me.
Seconds remaining.
At the moment, UNB might be getting something going here. They've got something going. They've pinned him over there. They're going to start capturing point with 3. Oh, they've got 2 on there. Oh, down goes Old Creed. Oh, George.EXE with play the game-worthy stuff right there. Keeping his team up. Getting a lot of kills there. Taking down Lysol. Yui gets Lysol down. Immortality comes out. George.EXE looks like they're going to be able to hold to point. Full hold. And they're going to win a map. We are obviously the superior team, says George.EXE.
Play of the game.
Play the game's going to be Live Well as Moira. I'm going to guess it's going to be a quick skill ball with a bunch of kills. Yep, it's a skill ball. The skill ball is deadly. Absolutely deadly. Alrighty, well, I thank you guys for joining me in the first match of the inaugural season of the Overforced League. The UNB took the match 4-0, and we had a very fun troll round in which George.EXE won the map. It was a very exciting day, very close games. The score was very deceptive. It was very close after that first map. Every single map went within a minute or to overtime. It was very exciting. And I hopefully will be here for the next stream. I will be not modding the next stream, so you might be hearing from me. But other than that, I will probably see you next week or later this week with more matches. I thank you for joining us, and I will see you next time.